my recommendation is stop looking for like the short-term hacks and start building your brand. Ultimately, businesses who are good at solving people's problems and talking about it online and portraying that online will win in the long term.
Tyler, you want to grab a drink?
Yeah, let's do it.
All right.
Hi, it's producer Nicole Denson. Today we're talking with Tyler Brown, head of SEO and AI at Big Leap. With over 15 years in digital marketing, Tyler has worked on hundreds of SEO campaigns and helped shape strategy across more than 1,000 client accounts. From teaching himself SEO back in 2008 to now leading out on conversations around AI search, he brings a sharp forward-thinking perspective on where search is headed and how brands can keep up. Outside of work, he's just as dedicated, whether that's coaching baseball, skiing, perfecting his smoked meats, or fishing. Let's get into it. Back to the show.
So what's new at Big Leap?
I mean, if you ask me new in like the last couple of years, I think you probably know the answer with the digital marketing space and how it's been changing so quickly. But just been doing a lot of podcasts, and I spoke at AI MarkOn last week.
How was that?
It was good. Yeah, I was honestly one of my first like real speaking gigs, and I joked that with Dan that I'm not in my conference speaking era, but I'm in my meat smoking era.
I saw that. What's your favorite smoked meat?
Brisket. Yep.
Do you have like a favorite? My mom does a Rocky Mountain brisket. I love so what's your favorite? What's your secret? Do you have a secret sauce? Are you willing to tell me what your secret sauce is?
Honestly, I usually inject it with what they call prime brisket injection.
Okay.
On Amazon.
Okay.
And it's got MSG and like lots of flavor and salt.
Meth and
you
crack.
know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, okay.
It makes it delicious, I'll tell you that much.
Wow.
And then honestly, I just like traditional kind of Texas style rub, salt and pepper, or sometimes I'll go a little crazier here and there, but just low and slow.
Low and slow.
Yep.
I think that you know if it's a good recipe if it rhymes. I think that's the rule, right?
I guess so.
Low and slow, baby.
It makes sense.
What do you use to smoke it?
I have a Traeger.
Okay.
And so, like, my brother calls it a easy bake oven.
I love that.
Because he
it's an
lives
easy
out
bake for a dude.
Yeah, basically, yeah. He lives out in Kansas City, and that's where they do it for real, right?
Like in a pit?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or they're like tending the fire all night long or whatever. Yeah. He uses a charcoal grill, so he's still not doing the old school style, but he makes fun of me, but I don't care. I love it.
Who cares?
Yeah.
It all tastes good. Have you ever had brisket or had smoked meats out of a smoke pit, like Texas style, in the ground smoke pit? Have you ever done that?
I mean, I've had it from like amazing barbecue places down in Kansas City.
Okay.
Like I didn't inspect how they cooked it necessarily, but oh man, there's some good stuff.
How long have you been smoking meats for?
About 10 years, 12 years maybe.
If you weren't the director of SEO at Big Leap, you'd have a chain of smoked meat shops.
Yeah, or
T-bone
food truck.
Smoked meat. I mean, you have the nickname for it.
Yep.
I think it's probably your calling.
Yeah, well, I've talked about it from time to time. Not sure I'm ready for the long nights and weekends, but
is that how you got your nickname? I always wanted to ask.
Not necessarily, but I think it probably influenced part of it. I honestly don't even remember.
Okay, so I mean, you stay pretty current. I mean, you're giving talks and stuff, right, about all of this. What's something you're seeing that no one else is seeing? Like where are you taking Big Leap when it comes to SEO?
Yeah, it's a good question. I think, like, if I could contrast this against what I see, like, in the industry, Like I see a lot of people trying to play the game, sort of hack the algorithm or, show where they can, when they can.
Yeah.
And I don't know. I think at Big Leap, we're just trying to build something more like real, more long term. Something that brands that we work with can like stand behind and get excited with. I've never seen a C-suite exec team get excited about building backlinks using relatively boring content. Can it work in the SEO space? Yeah, of course. And we absolutely do some of that. But where I see the space going and where we're really pushing is just real marketing, right?
Yeah.
Will Reynolds called it real marketing shit a while back. It's probably 10 years, honestly.
Yeah.
He said that a long time ago. And I don't think it's ever been more true. It's like companies that engage in like real marketing shit will ultimately win. And so that's, I think, where I'm trying to push Big Leap, where I know a lot of leadership team is pushing as well, and many of our fulfillment teams are excited at the real stuff, right?
The real stuff.
Stuff that's exciting, that's fun, that means not just clicks, not just short-term gains, but like real long-term wins.
So what's an example of like a short-term strategy? That has worked, but I'm hearing that they're not going to work as well anymore, right? So
yeah,
like what has worked that might have been a hack that isn't going to work anymore, and why?
Yeah, I mean, I hear it in the space all the time where people are just AI generating content.
Okay.
Is it working in a lot of ways? Yeah, for sure. That's why they're doing it, right? There's
AI knows when it's AI just because like there's little markers left in AI output that a lot of people don't know about.
There are. Yep.
Yeah. When I first learned about the first one, I mean, I know there's a lot of them and most of them I don't, but I learned about the one, like the little secret characters that get put in AI output all the time. And I was like, oh, well, of course there's going to be a fingerprint, and of course they want to do that. But so is that what you're talking about?
Yeah. Even I was testing out with Claude. I think it was yesterday, and I told it to take some content, some stuff that I had wrote, and just like embellish it and build on it, and it totally did a good job. In fact, Claude is really good at like natural language.
Okay.
And then I threw it into an AI detector, 100% AI. Right? It knew like immediately, even though Claude is one of the best. And so then I turned around and I told Claude, hey, I need you to help me make that more human so it doesn't sound like a robot wrote it. And it told me it can't do that. Yeah.
It couldn't make it any more human?
It just told me that it was like against its terms and services. And I was like, this is so weird.
So do you, this reminds me, I just learned, I mean, I guess people knew about this all the time. I just learned about it in the last 6 months. When color printers became ubiquitous, home color printers, especially when they got pretty good, like I think home color laser printers, right? There was a law that in every page output, there was in yellow a pattern that would get output onto the print such that you could tell where or when that thing was printed and on what machine. Basically, its MAC address.
Interesting.
Did you know about this?
I have not heard about that.
And this was a federal requirement. It was an anti-counterfeiting requirement from the federal government law. And it finally got like, the word's not repealed, but like it stopped being a requirement after a period of time. And when I first heard about that, it was only like 3 or 4, maybe 4 months ago. It's like, I'm sure that there's AI stuff. So there is for sure output like controls that these other.
There are, yeah. And I think most platforms have like, it's not necessarily unseen markers. They're just markers within the content that make it very obvious that AI generated it.
And we're talking about more than just an M dash.
Yeah. Yeah. Like that's a small one that a lot of people have caught on to, right?
Is that why it's there?
There's actually I don't think that's why it's there. And they're kind of, ChatGPT is currently trying to make it so users can control when they get M dash and when they don't, because it's become such a joke.
Okay, so are you sworn to secrecy on what some of those other markers might be? Are you gonna? Is this like a trade secret?
No, definitely
like
not.
spycraft?
Definitely not. Lately, the ones I see the most are these little mini arrows inside of the content.
Yeah,
where it will show like step 1 arrow, step 2, and every time I see someone publish something with that in it, I'm like,
yeah, like
guarantee you,
or emojis at all.
Yeah,
I have never used an emoji in a piece of business prose in 25 years of writing, and all of a sudden I'm seeing the CEO, not bigly, but I'm seeing output from like people my age. And I'm like, no, dude. Like, I know you haven't been using emojis your whole career.
If they're Gen Z, maybe they have a little bit of a excuse, but yeah, for the most part, people just don't write that way. The other one that's really funny is when you like copy and paste, put it into a different document, you'll see like a heading at the top, and then that second line has a space, and then the word. And so whenever you see that little like space at the start, it's almost like you remember you used to double space documents and like in Word or whatever.
You double space after the period.
That's what. Yep, that's what it feels like. So it's like a little marker you can look for too.
Well, the one that I'm aware of is if you open it up in a text editor, that's where like some of the hidden characters that are really weird random characters, like a quote, like a single quote mark every once in a while will come up. Yep. And those are other ones. Yeah.
Yeah, I've definitely seen those before. That comes up a lot, I think, when it does like a canvas too. But anyway.
So the name of the game in marketing has always been break parity. That's what you got to do. You got to break parity because, our brains are difference engines. We notice what's different. Right? And if you can break parity either by having a radically different product, which in a competitive market, if you have a radically different product, a better funded competitor is going to come along and just copy what you do, right? So you're just, your innovation is just funding somebody else's product roadmap, which is great. I mean, that's it, the consumer benefits when that happens. Great.
Right.
The other way to break parity is to, I think, how did you say it? Show up. I forgot how you said it earlier, but it doesn't matter. Like, essentially to hack who sees what when, right? Yeah. And that's all about the platforms on which you go to search for. That's the sandbox that Google has provided. And so hacking the algorithm has been the name of the game for 15 years.
Yep.
And I know the folks at Google on the one hand are going, this sucks, and on the other hand are going, I love it because it's just more money. People, if they're willing to hack it, they're buying in, they're all in.
Yep.
But over time, they can't deliver their value proposition, which is relevant. Okay, so is that what AI is now trying to do? Is keep people from hacking the algorithm?
I don't think so. Not yet. Like, I think a lot of people have definitely like hacked the algorithm.
Yeah.
So to speak. And I don't think it's caught up with them for the most part.
Really?
Yeah. So I've actually been viewing, like, if you've been in the SEO space for a long time, like I have, like we live from algorithm update to algorithm update.
Yeah.
We know.
How often are the big ones, by the way?
Every 4 or 5 months.
Okay.
Sometimes more often, sometimes less often.
Okay.
And then we analyze what happens after that algorithm comes out. So we can know, hey, what's Google looking for now? what got penalized, what's working.
I feel like you can kind of like see the redhead in the matrix by just looking at the code.
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Like you can, like, cause you, okay, anyway, keep going.
Well, I mean, and literally Google, their algorithm code got leaked a year and a half ago.
Oh yeah.
So that was a wild time.
It makes me smile.
Yeah, that was a wild time. But if you think about the like AI platforms, I think about those new models they come out with every like 3 months or 6 months, just like an algorithm update.
Okay.
I also think of their training dates sort of as algorithm updates. Some people might not know this, but ChatGPT just launched 5.1.
Okay.
5.1 is just tweaked a little bit from 5, and it's supposed to like listen to you more and give more natural responses. It was trained, like its actual data set, the information it was trained on, June 2024. So if you take a snapshot of the web from June 2024 and previous, that's what it's trained on. That's what it knows. That's what's like built into its information system. Anything beyond June 2024, it has to go actively do a search and gather that information. Well, that costs a lot of money.
Yeah.
And they don't like to do it when they don't have to. So if you do think of these little snapshots they take of the web with their training sets,
There's latency.
There's latency for sure. And so
This is fascinating.
Yeah, I think the thing that brands need to keep in mind the most is like you need to move now. You can't wait another 6 months or another 12 months because there's already latency in the whole program.
Okay.
So if I'm a large brand and I start realizing that 15 months ago us is what gets trained into these models. Now you start thinking, how do I move faster?
Oh, I love that.
Right?
That's a real competitive advantage to understand that.
Yeah, for sure. I don't think very many people understand it quite yet, but it will become more common knowledge, and hopefully
it reminds me. Are you familiar with the Heisenberg uncertainty principle?
I can't say I'm specifically familiar.
It's a principle in physics, and it states that you can't know the precise location and the precise velocity of a particle to perfection. The more you know one, the less you know the other.
Interesting.
There's an inverse proportionality. It's just a rough layman's terrible 7th grade physics version of the Heisenberg uncertainty principle. But it reminds me of this in that as the latency decreases, it will decrease, but its decrease fuels the acceleration of change.
Interesting.
Right? So as a model remains static over a period of time, latency doesn't matter. As the model changes, latency matters. But the updating of AI feeds a whole new generation of content that's updated that then accelerates the change of the model itself. So it's self-perpetuating. Does that make sense?
Yeah. Interesting.
Maybe not. That was my attempt at trying to say. I had to dig deep. I had to dig to high school physics to try to talk shop with you. I just want you to know that.
That sounded a lot smarter than.
Well, I mean, if I've done nothing in my career, it's I've made a few dollars sounding smart, but certainly not being smart.
I love it.
Well, okay, so I get overwhelmed pretty easy with all of this, right? I get overwhelmed with the speed at which a lot of this stuff is being done and created and iterated and all that. And it's easy. I mean, my head swims. I get a little freaked out.
Yeah.
Right?
So do business owners.
Yeah.
Right?
It's Coby. So, T-Bone, where are we going to today?
We are going to Swig.
Okay. And why Swig? I mean, it's a popular brand. I get it, but why?
So my wife and I go there more often than I'd like to admit. Our addiction first started with Sodalicious and American Fork.
Okay.
And one of my favorite drinks was the My Jam, which was
The My Jam.
Dr. Pepper, raspberry puree, and coconut cream.
Ooh, that sounds amazing.
Yeah. And then Swig came along and expanded, and it was way more convenient locations, all that stuff.
Okay.
And so now I get the Raspberry Dream, which is a very similar drink, if not the same.
Exact same drink.
But I get it with Dr. Pepper Zero.
Oh, so it's totally different.
Because I have to watch my figure.
Yeah. You know, I mean, we all do at this age, right? Okay, and so what does she get when she goes?
She is a Diet Dew girl. I mean, I like Diet Dew as well.
Okay.
So Jolly Elf is one that has like fresh orange in it and raspberry puree.
That sounds really good too.
She likes the Dirty Little Secret.
Ooh,
which is
I think I'm going to really
based.
love that one.
Yeah.
What is that?
Dirty Little Secret.
Okay.
I don't even remember what's in it right now.
Well, I mean, true to the name, right?
Yeah, it's a secret.
Okay, and what would you recommend that I get?
I mean,
I'm still kind of new to the dirty soda thing.
You could do. Are you a Dr. Pepper guy?
I'm a Diet Coke guy.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I know. Everybody is.
Yeah. you can still mix it in there. So
Okay.
the Dirty Little Secret or the Raspberry Dream, always
right.
good.
That's what I'll try.
Yeah.
All right, let's do it.
Cool.
All right, cool. Perfect.
Have a great day.
You too.
Nailed
There
it.
you go.
Thank you.
Nice. Is that good?
That's great.
Yeah.
Good job, Swig.
Good job, Swig.
Nailed it.
Woohoo! Go Swig.
Nationally known.
So I know I'm not alone. A lot of business owners feel the same way. Like, what if I had to put some cash on a monthly basis into a digital ad spend, and I knew that there's people out there hacking the algorithm, that would make me feel like, what's the use in competing?
Yeah.
Right? And I know Google's got to be thinking the same thing.
Yeah.
Right? So what are they doing to mitigate that and restore, maintain, maybe even perhaps restore confidence in their entire platform? And not just from the SEO side, but from the paid side. I mean, like cost per clicks, cost per registration, just all the metrics are down while the spend goes up.
Yep.
Right? And so there is a confidence issue here. What are they doing? What do you see them doing? I mean, I know that you correct. So that's the one question, but just I also want to know, like, I know, didn't you recently speak at Google?
Yeah, we were invited to the Google offices for a client meeting. So a couple Google reps that kind of hosted us there, and then we had full client QBR there. And
I heard that they told you that you were taking them to school.
Is
that right?
They may have said something very similar to that. Yep, it was pretty fun. And I mean, we're talking to the paid team, and the paid team, right? There's a little bit of separation of church and state within Google, but there are things that they can't say about organic search. Like they'll lose their job if they do.
Okay.
But it's really funny when you.
But we can say it
But
because
can
we don't
say
work
it.
there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's funny when you get in a room and you say, "Hey Google, close your ears," and you see them like kind of laugh and smile. But they'll often just let us talk about that.
Yeah.
And then the business owners or CMOs will go, "Is that right?" to Google, to the Google reps. Is that right? Is that true? And that's when they were like, "Yeah, this guy knows his stuff. You should listen." And I was like, yes. Ooh, it's listening.
Oh, see, that's the other thing.
My phone's listening. I love it.
I don't know if I love it, but it's there. Just kidding. Okay, so
It's good timing. As we're talking about.
So we've established that you're a PhD level. Fine, great. But so the original question, like, what are they doing to mitigate this? How are they restoring confidence? I mean, it's the same question that we asked in the drive-through. Like, Like, they are still, they are doing it, right?
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, that's what these algorithm updates are about.
Okay.
Right. So every time a major algorithm update is launched, it is essentially them cutting spam out.
Okay.
So that's what we analyze when the algorithm update comes out. Analyze data on which websites win, which websites lose. A couple years ago, the websites losing were the ones that were egregiously posting thousands of AI generated pages on their website, right? And Google said, "No, we don't want to rank that. That's not for our user." Even though later they came out and said, hey, it's not the act of generating content via AI, like that's not against our standards, but helpful content is part of our standards. So they continue to push the helpful content conversation, but I've never seen the results page move so fast and change so fast as I have in the last year. And I've been in the space since the late 2000. It was like 2008 is when I started. And I just haven't
essentially
seen the
like
change
the blue Mac, the blue
Yeah.
bubble Mac.
Yeah.
Right. That's how.
Honestly.
Yeah. I watched Training Day over the weekend, and I didn't realize. When do you think that was directed or released?
03.
01.
01.
Yeah, I would have said like 15, 16. I didn't realize it's been 24 years or almost 25 years. But in one scene, there's a bubble Mac, and I'm like, this is an old show, man.
That'll show its
flies.
age. Is that Denzel Washington?
Yeah, and he always looks good.
Yeah.
Him and Ethan Hawke, but Ethan Hawke looks like my 16-year-old son. He's way young looking, and yeah, they looked young. Yeah. Well, it's interesting that each update is Google cutting out the infection, as it were, right?
Yep.
So how does I mean, maybe this is too technical a question, but how does Google what criterion does Google use to determine if content has actual value? Is it click-through? Is it time on page? Does it index something that's got a really high time on page, or an article or something? And then does it use that as a model against others? Or does it just say, okay, this site's got 4 or 5 pages like this, it must be a great, or 25 or 250 or whatever? And yeah.
They do use click data. They do not, or reportedly don't use Google Analytics data, so it's not the way that most are thinking of it. They use click data within Google Chrome because they own that browser, right?
Yeah.
And it's the #1 used browser, at least in the United States. And so they absolutely use dwell time, clickbacks, click-through rates, all of that stuff to feed into their system of what they rank and how high they rank it. Of course, there's a ton of other factors in play. If you've ever heard of a search quality rater, they actually have a team of search quality raters that their entire job is to take it's like this 90-page document of what a quality website, what quality content looks like, all that fun stuff. And their job is to go, they're given a website, and their job is to go assess that website based on those quality rater guidelines. So,
isn't it interesting
and that trains the algorithm.
It's a human doing it.
It is, isn't it? And that trains the algorithm. So they take the output from the notes and everything, and they say that it's not specifically for that website. They're taking like all of the data and training the algorithm, but honestly, I think if they see something egregious enough on a website that is ranking,
It's out.
they'll cut it. Yeah.
Yeah.
They'll recommend it to be cut from the index.
So I have a personal mantra that informs really, certainly now, my approach to brand development, and within the umbrella of brand development, you go to market motion, your content development. Content is just what I call going to the information marketplace, competing in the information marketplace, and then product and services competing in the product marketplace. And you got to compete and excel in the information marketplace before you can even have a chance to show up in the product or service marketplace, right?
Mm-hmm.
But all of that is I put under the umbrella of this mantra that I just say all the time. You might have even heard me say it. People notice different, align to genuine, and recommend delight. And I think from what I'm hearing, and because I've got a bias, that holds in real marketing, real value, long play.
Yep.
Am I just telling myself stories to make myself feel good, or is that accurate?
I think that's 100% accurate. Honestly, I think what users are experiencing right now is like fatigue, like AI fatigue, and crappy content fatigue, right? Like if you open Instagram or TikTok or any of these others, you just see garbage. Like your entire feed is full of garbage. And so I think we're programming the user right now to be better than ever at like filtering that out.
Filtering garbage.
And ultimately they'll crave that like genuine,
original,
creative,
authentic and creative.
Yep. Messaging. Yep. So I think you nailed it for sure.
Yeah.
It doesn't just sound good.
It doesn't just sound good, although I'm glad it does, because looking good is better than feeling good. Can you know the reference?
I don't.
Oh, okay. Nobody knows the reference. It's an old SNL skit. Now I can't remember the guy. Billy Crystal.
Okay.
He was just a little character he did, whatever. So what can folks do to become relatively immune to the hacking Google algorithm marketplace kind of play and show up? Maybe it'll take a little bit longer time, but what can they do to show up authentically and get found by folks who want to see them?
Good question. What I've been telling people lately is stop thinking about just today and start building what you want a year from now, right? And so my recommendation is stop looking for like the short-term hacks and start building your brand. Start actually speaking to your audience. No one starts a business because they don't know how to solve a problem.
Right.
They start the business because they're solving someone's problem, right?
Right.
So I think ultimately businesses who are good at solving people's problems and talking about it online and portraying that online will win in the long term. And yeah, you might get beat out in the short term by some of these stupid little hacks, but that's not fun. We like the long term.
We like the long term.
Yep.
Dude, this has been really freaking awesome.
Yeah,
I really enjoyed this. We got to do this again. I love learning. I came at this, my history is advertising, not the performance side. So, top of funnel, bottom funnel. I'm outside funnel. We're very top, like about ready to get poured in. And I've always looked at kind of mid and bottom funnel as kind of hacking the system, as opposed to showing up and breaking parity with product or breaking parity with message. It's breaking parity with an understanding of the marketplace and then hacking the marketplace itself. And, take my ball and go home. But you don't actually do any good if you do that. So you got to know the game to play the game, and then to outplay the people who are trying to cheat the game.
Yep.
right?
For
It's
sure.
cool. Thanks, man. Let's get back to work.
Yeah.
All right, so we're back. Thanks for the conversation. Totally loved it.
Of course.
Is it as good as you remember?
I may have done extra coconut cream today. So yes, it's beautiful.
Beautiful. Well, I love mine. I forgot the name of it already. What was it called again?
It's the raspberry dream.
It was a raspberry
Yes,
dream.
sir.
Yeah, it's super, super good. And it's fine with Diet Coke. I think it's awesome.
It's awesome, man.
All right. Well, thank you for joining us. Until next
Yeah,
time.
thanks for having me.
All right, man.
Thanks for coming along for the ride. If you enjoy Sweet Takes, be sure to subscribe and leave us a review. Join us next time. There's more sweetness ahead.